You didn't make any bad decisions. You didn't buy a boat. You didn't buy a car. You didn't run off to Las Vegas and just blow a lot of money. You got hit by the tariffs. Tariffs, that's right. Did you know that tariff, according to a recent survey, is the number 2 cause of why people are filing bankruptcy right now? Costs go up. Price of gas goes up. Price of eggs goes up. Everything in the grocery store up, up, up. Meanwhile, you haven't done anything wrong, but you've fallen behind on your bills. Chapter 13 or Chapter 7 might be a good solution for you to help you catch your breath and get back on your feet. My name is Jeff Kelly. I'm a consumer bankruptcy attorney, and I have been practicing since 1998. Through the years, we have filed more than 10,000 cases. Last year in the United States of America, did you know over 550,000 people filed? Yes, this is true. This is a good tool. And so let's go into some more detail as to why this might be a good option for you. Before I dive into this, I want to connect the dots and explain to you in a little more detail as to why this mess isn't your fault. Tariffs are basically a tax. And did you know in the early 80s, almost all of the government's income came from tariffs? So here's how it works. When a government puts a tariff on something, let's say appliances made overseas, the company importing that product passes the cost along to you, the consumer. So suddenly that refrigerator costs more, that car part costs more. Your grocery bill goes up because much of what ends up on the shelves comes through supply chains that touched imported components. Now, for most households, there's not a lot of confusion. A survey I recently found said that it takes just about $6,300 in unexpected expenses to push the average American family toward considering bankruptcy. That's not a huge number. That's maybe a medical bill, car repair, 2 to 3 months of inflated grocery costs hitting all at once. So what happens? People put it on credit cards. Credit card debt hit $1.2 trillion nationally last year. And at 20 something, really 30 something percent, that debt doesn't go down, it grows. So you make the minimum payment, and next month you owe more than you did the month before. It's a terrible cycle. Chapter 13 and Chapter 7 can help you get off that treadmill. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Bankruptcy law was written exactly for situations like this. It exists precisely because Congress recognized that sometimes people end up in a financial crisis through no fault of their own. Sometimes bad economies happen, hours get cut, no fault of your own, sometimes medical emergency, job loss, or even government trade policies. And this law gives you a way out, a real legal court protected way out. So let's talk about what it actually looks like. There's 2 types that most consumers are going to use, either a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13. Many people like to refer to Chapter 7 as the fresh start provision. That's for somebody who they've got debt hanging over their head. They can just wipe it out and move on. Any debt I can get rid of in a Chapter 7, I can also get rid of in a Chapter 13. But usually in a Chapter 13, there's something we're trying to pay for. Let me give you an example. Let's say somebody owes a house and they're about 6 months behind, and the mortgage company is threatening to foreclose. Chapter 13 will allow you to catch those payments up. Same thing for a car that's about to get repossessed. So many people like to call Chapter 13 the catch your breath provision. That's for people who they just need a little time to breathe and they can get back on their feet. Now, to qualify for a Chapter 7, you have to pass something called the means test. Essentially, the court looks at your income and your expenses over the past 6 months to determine whether you can or can't repay debt going forward. Now, don't get caught up in something you may have found online. Now, don't get caught up in some means test form you found online. Those things are often wrong. Talk to us. We know how to work the median income test. If it's not a good option for you, we'll tell you. All right, let's move on. A lot of people really get freaked out about their credit. Oh, I can't file because it's going to hurt my credit. Really? The credits, and most of the people I talk to, the credit's already hammered. When you miss car payments, when you miss house payments, credit score goes in the tank. But when you file Chapter 13 or Chapter 7 and take care of the problem, that's when credit scores go up. I've seen many, many, many people recover after filing a Chapter 13 or a Chapter 7. A lot of people will wonder, why are there so many bankruptcy cases in Georgia as compared to other states? Probably the number one reason is because of our garnishment laws. Some states, you're not allowed to garnish wages. In Georgia, you can. So if a creditor sues you and gets a judgment against you, they can take up to 25% of your net income. That is awful. So that's why so many people file Chapter 13. Who can live when the creditor's taking 25% of your net check? How do you pay your rent? How do you pay your groceries? That's why we have such a large number of people filing. There are some other reasons as well. We do have a significant number of manufacturing, trucking, and logistics. A lot of retail, and then when the economy gets hammered by something like tariffs, these people need to file so they can breathe. All right, so I want to talk about something else. A lot of people think they're going to lose everything if they file Chapter 13 or Chapter 7. The truth is, 99% of the people lose absolutely nothing. And the reason why is because we have something called exemption. So, in almost every case, you're going to keep your car, you're going to keep your house. If there's any chance you're going to lose your car or your house, we're going to go over that with you before the case is filed. That's why we have to meet. That's why every case is different because of different car values, different house values, how much you owe, yada, yada, yada. And we would want to go over this with you in detail before we file your case. So here's what I want you to do if any of this hits close to home. First, don't wait. I know that sounds obvious, but I can't tell you how many people come in our office saying, "I wish I'd have called you 6 months ago." The sooner you get us the information, the more options you have. Once the garnishment is in place, once you've lost the car, and it might narrow your choices a little, but it's not too late. I mean, even if the garnishment has started, I can still file. If you lose the car, that's a little more dicey. Call us for a free consultation, and I mean that. It doesn't cost you anything to talk to us. We'll sit down. Let's review the situation. Let's get a feel for what your situation looks like. And if it doesn't make sense, I'm going to tell you we're not in the business of pushing people into filing cases if it's not the right call. Go to my website, kellycanhelp.com, or you can call my office directly, 770-881-8449. All of our numbers ring to the same place. We've got offices all over Northwest Georgia, but we have offices all over Northwest Georgia, but I can take care of your case from start to finish without you ever having to leave your home. Even the initial 341 court hearing is also done virtually. Now, if something goes, haywire on your case, we might have to actually go to court and fight with the trustee live. But in most cases, we're able to work it out so you don't actually have to go to court live. So I would encourage you, download a free copy of my book at kellycanhelp.com. I've got lots of videos. You can go on YouTube. My channel is Kelly Can Help, and a lot of free information there for you. Give us a call. Don't wait. Don't delay. The problem does not go away by itself. Thank you.